Hi there, and this is KOJRO with back on topic for someone, of course. For some others it's off topic. Today I'm going to do some PC related stuff, and I'm going to do that the next following weeks, I think. And I'm going to publish this as not highly edited videos. If I'm not going to do some really in-depth content of something, then of course it has to be, I have to make the editorial programs, I have to make all the presentations and all the other stuff, but this will be filmed on the spot, minimal editing, and mostly in real life, if it's possible. Of course, I will try to cut away not all the dull moments, but all the pause moments where nothing is happening. That I'm going to do, of course. Yeah, so let's meet down in the shed, shall we? Yes, today is another day in my shed. I'm going to do some other work here that is something I have not done in some time, and that is some old PC stuff. This one I got a couple of months ago, and as you can see it is an IBM personal computer AT, and it has seen some wear. I've not opened it. It does have some rust, so it needs some body work, and the front seems pretty much okay. It's bought in a Norwegian by a Norwegian dealer that was in the Norwegian company of Fredrikstad back in the day, Microsenteret. And it do contain a normal AT floppy and nothing special. I do think this has a CGA adapter. No, it has a VGA adapter, so this is swapped. And you can see some slight rust here. And one parallel port and one VGA card. Very strange that there is no serial or other stuff, but we are going to open this and see what we can find, compete with the spiders. And this has been opened plenty before because it's not original screws, that's for sure, and it's only 3 of the 5 screws that are here. And I also do wonder about this power supply. It might be original, but I have not seen this exact kind of grill before. It might be that it's just corroded. And we can also check if there's a battery in the battery compartment. Normally there aren't. This was not where the battery was placed in most of these, and it was not. But I'm just going to open it. It was 2 screws that was normal Phillips. And these screws are normal 4mm, I think, or 4, I'm not sure. And there was one more screw here. Yeah, we're going to take the lid off, but of course I'm going to open the power supply as well to check if it's safe to turn this on. And what do we have here? Oh, this has been opened plenty of times. You can see here on the side here, they have not got all the plastic fittings in place. There is an original MFM, old formatted disk, 30 megabytes it stands. And if this is an MFM disk, they might have changed the controller. That was a trick back in the days, that you used an MFM controller disk and you used the RLL equipped hard drive controller to format the disk with RLL run length encoding instead of FM encoding on the disk. Otherwise, there are some corrosion on the floppy drive, on the metal. I'm not sure if that means anything. And there is one long board in here, and what they say about the version of this board, but it's written something here on other labels too. So we just have to see what we are dealing with here. This was not the right screwdriver. I'm going to take one of my KOJRO drivers. These at least are the original screws. It's some crusty bit here because this is very good fastened, and you can see here there are some slight corrosion down here. It's a Trident 9000 card, so not the oldest and not the newest, and I do think this is a 256 megabyte version. And the next card here seems like a memory upgrade card. It's a full-length card, less corroded, and this is 128 640K memory board. And this seems like an IBM card. It's does have some IBM numbering here at least. And this is equipped with, I have to take some glasses on. These are equipped with, yeah, it seems like it's 64 KB. So this is equipped with just 128, and yeah, but that might be it, because this has 256K two banks on this one, so 512 and 640. And let's see what more we got here. This is an ordinary parallel card. It stands on address 378 and IRQ7. So standard run-of-the-mill card. And let's see if this is the original card. If this is the original card, it is an MFM card. I'm going to check out some date codes on this, but I do think that this is not the oldest version. Oh, this was stuck very well. Yeah, it's loose. Made in Ireland. Yeah, it doesn't seem like an original IBM card because there is no IBM number on it. It's a VDC, but that's common and call this. But I do think this is an original VDC because it's Western Digital 1988. So this is probably, as I said, they have taken the 20 megabyte drive and they have upgraded this with an RLL controller card and low level formatted the drive as RLL and not MFM, and gotten the 10 megabyte extra on the disk. Yeah, here we can see the battery in the back. I'm just going to make some notes on this. J1 and J5 and J4. Okay. Drive cable. And here we have the battery. And the battery has not leaked. It's no sign of leak at all, and this is still working. .71. It's not impossible that this would have kept the levels, but it should have been more than 2.4 to make sure of that. And these motherboards have a lot of these special IBM tantalums that have 3 legs, and a lot of them get damaged, and they can make a short, and they can also burn when they make a short and make some havoc, and maybe take some part of the motherboards with them. But since this board is in a pinch, I'm going to try to remove it. You saw that when I put the plastic piece in place. Normally this board should only have 2 screws, and there is this normal keyhole things that IBM had that you can slide this out. Yeah, and you can see the contact here. This is for the speaker, and this is for the keyboard lock and stuff. And you have the yellow one out there, and you have the black one out there, just for future reference. Not very much dust in this, and it actually looks quite good. I can see no signs of corrosion. There are some of the metal is gotten a bit gray like this, but this is definitely possible to salvage. And it's an IBM marked processor with 8286 8C with the KOJRO Intel on. And here it stands in 84 on this, but I did see some ships here with an 85 timestamp. This BIOS has an 85 code, and this actually has an 86 code. This has an 86 code. Yeah, some 86 codes there, so this machine is probably from late 1986. You stop this in the pile. And you can see there are some rust also inside here, so it's not a very good environment for this system to thrive. So I do have to do some cleaning, and I'm taking out the hard drive and the floppy drive. If this floppy drive is salvageable, I'm not sure, when it's starting to corrode on the metal. In the ATU you have these clamps to hold things back. It's 3 of them, and you have the metal down in this bracket. Sorry, in this bracket here that has normal screws. And this is also a common screw for the hard drive and the stuff. And in this compartment there is nothing. So you do have this contraption here. And now we should be able to slide this out. It's It's a Seagate 4038. Okay, we have to check that up to see what kind of drive specification that really has. And we have the floppy here. It should also slide. Oh, you have the word wire here. You have to disconnect. You can see here on the metal there are some grooves, and there is a lot of dirt and stuff with the read-write heads, but all in all it's just about the read-write head and the motors. If the motors are spinning and the read-write house is good, this should be possible to fix. And it also has a direct drive motor, so there is no rubber bands to change on these drives. They are quite sturdy. Lithium UCAR Professional Electronics 6 volts. So this is the lithium battery stamp that was for this one. I'm going to have to take out the power supply and check if this has some exploding stuff in it and if it seems safe to turn on before we actually can test anything on this. Yeah, the plastic here, I need to be careful. This machine was sold new in Norway. It does have the Norwegian Nemco stamp for approval. So yeah, this is made in the United Kingdom. It has the Pabst fan. It's quite normal for these, I think. This was the power supply, and here you can see it's just some more dust, but it was not so rusty as I was fearing it should be. So this needs some pressurized air, and since you can hear the rain is drumming on my my roof here today, that will not be for today. You can also see the rust down here. And this has the safety tip TX20, so I need to have a screwdriver with this safety bit. So I do need to get that. Yes, I did find some bits here. Let's see if I have the right one. This was actually kind of big. But this was fitting, yes. These two were security bits, and these two also. Lots of warnings. This unit should not be opened. Service has only to be carried out by authorized personnel. I actually have some authorizations from IBM, so I'm just considering myself as qualified. 5 screws. Oh. Big Blue has used a blue PCB. Oh, this was quite the large, heavy thing. And this is really strange. But of course, they could have come in through the back door. There are some packing foam here. Yeah, you can hear the rain drumming on my nearly uninsulated tin roof. And I do see that there are some safety caps here, but I'm not sure if I can see anything that will explode. But I really should take this apart, because this is dirty, and we also have to check some of the capacitors in here. So this is definitely not the most serviceable PSU, and I wonder how this is. It just this plastic and this screw? Yeah, this was also this plastic thingy. I do think I understand why this computers was so darn expensive. This is not a very cheap design for a power supply. Of course, it needs to have a lot of capacity, because IBM got burned on the first PC where they had a power supply that was really not good enough for that time's needs, with the hard drives and stuff and lots of expansion cards. But they fixed that mostly with the XT that had a stronger power supply, but here I do think they have gone a bit overboard. Also take off this beautiful power switch. It's nothing more that screams IBM more than this huge red power button. There is some hot glue stuff here. I wonder what this is. It's just sliding out. Okay, you have this. They have, of course, fastened the earth wire with an internal nut. Find my smallest. This is Backo, Sweden. Oh, lots and lots of rust inside this power supply. So here we need to do some work before I actually dare turn this on, because this rust has not been put there without, some moisture and some other corrosion of other metals has occurred. And you can also see there is two more earth couplings down here. And I do have one more screw. This is a star that fastened this bracket in the back here, I think. Oh, there is one screw here too. This fan was fastened with and this, and if we turn this around, yeah, more styrofoam pieces and some rust. It doesn't look too bad, but I'm not really sure what to do with this. My newfound love for a vapor rust will not fix this in a hurry because it's not in a gel form or anything. That means that I can make it stay, and to soak this in a vapor rust it won't be so easy. So I'm not really sure what to do with this, but I might just use some acid to remove this rust to get it done in a hurry. It's also on the bottom of a power supply, so if I just remove the rust and spray it with something afterwards, I do think it will be good. But lots and lots of dust. This needs to be cleaned. Otherwise, these two caps looks good. I will do some measurements on them. And large fuses. Really good design of these high effect resistors, 5 watt, where they are lifted from the PCB, but putting them close to these capacitors is not the wisest. And these protection capacitors is plastic with stuff that don't break easily. This looks really good. The protective cover here has protected this. This also seems quite good. Some of the joints has been a bit gray, and this one, it actually has some solder joints that has seen better days, I think. But all in all, I do think that this is usable. I'm going to measure on some of these capacitors and see what I can do with this power supply. I am going to try with some acids on this, and I'm going to try to be as careful as I can when applying this, and maybe use some of these cotton buds. That's not good. I'm going to have to use a pencil of some sort to apply this. I do have some old one here. I'm just going to paint this on like so. And this is about, I don't remember, 50% hydrochloric acid. I really can smell the acid now. You can see here that it's washing away the rust. Yeah, I need to open the door and leave this room when this is going on, because I can't breathe in this much longer. I leave this here for 10 minutes and check back. Yes, I have been soaking this for some time now, and I also used a screwdriver before I've rinsed this off. And I'm just rinsing this in clear water, and I'm also going to use some isopropyl alcohol on this. And the result, of course, not perfect, but it's not active rust anymore. And there is some isopropyl, rather old stuff, but should be working. Yeah, just removing some fat and stuff before we can do some spray painting or something on this. I do have some stuff. I do think it's a black primer or something that you can just spray on rust, and it will make this conversion from rust to some other chemical reaction that will stop the rust from happening. I don't remember anymore what its name was. I used this a lot back in the days when I was fixing up my old cars and stuff. Of course, I missed this bit about rusts underneath here. This is not about making this in mint condition, this is about making it safe to use. And I must make sure that the fan does not get any overspray. I wonder if this one is still usable. This is some very old tape. doesn't matter if it comes something on this stuff. Yeah, I put in some nuts on these taps so that I know I will be able to get them off, even though they will be sprayed down with paint. Just a precaution. This is not some grounding things either, it's just to fasten the PCB, I think. What I did have is this Bengalok. It's an old Norwegian name for this stuff, and it's a very old trademark, this Bengalok. And this is straight on rust, metal paint, indoor and outdoor, and this is black. Yeah, a much thicker coat than I normally would have done if I'm doing this nice, but today it was not about the finish, it was about proofing this. And of course painting this indoors means that I have to evacuate the area. Yes. This, yeah, does not look perfect by any means. It's, yeah, in here it's actually okay. So we will do some more work with that, but I was going to test this these capacitors in this power supply just to check if they're very bad or not. And I'm going to try with my PeakTech meter here and see if I can get some result with the capacitors in circuit. I only have the clamps with me, so I might have to minus on that side, and this was also minus on that side. .9 picofarads, that's a way too small value for anything. That was not a good measurement. I'm going to check over here on the filter side. No, it's not possible to measure with this meter with these capacitors inside. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my my compressor. Tomorrow it should be a, oh, there was an old fly. It's dead inside here. I'm going to blow this clean, and I'm going to put this back together. And next video will be me putting this together, and we are going to try to see if it boots. If this does not boot, there has to be some desoldering of these caps to measure them. If we do, yeah, think there can be a capacitor failure on this. Actually, I do think most of these capacitors are just fine. These old power supplies with switch mode used a very low frequency, and it didn't heat up the capacitors much when they didn't have the right ESR. So I do think most of these caps are okay, but to find out which is okay and which is not, we do have to desolder at least some of them to get a hunch. So that will be the next episode. Hopefully it will be done in maybe a week. The longest time it is to actually do the editing of the video. So thanks for watching. Hope to see you again in a week.